What's going on, everybody? Hello, welcome back. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It's time for some more True Sim, but more importantly, this is the first week of the Tour Championship playoffs. So, I don't actually know with True Sim. I know that they have the money list. I think behind the scenes, they'll be keeping track of it in like true playoff fashion. The website will just display the tournaments as normal. I don't know that it'll be cutting stuff off, but I also don't know if they have access to like manually change stuff. Either way, we are sitting in third on the money list for this season. Literally like $300,000 off of the second place there. And we are coming off the back of our second win of the season last week. We defeated Scud on countback, so feeling pretty good about that. Hopefully we can carry that sort of momentum into the rest of the playoffs. But welcome back. How's it going, Alex? RJ, yeet, what up? Aiming to hit a 20 stream streak this week? Hey, get in there, man. That's some dedication. That is definitely some dedication. With CC being meaningless this week, you shot your best rounds, Jim? Just getting yourself ramped up for next season. I know that that's potentially a little bit discouraging, but I don't know. I feel like you gotta take as much away from that as you can. Just try and keep building on things. Take it week by week. I think that's the best you can do. Alright, so let's play... I guess we'll play another one of the... what you call it? Because we don't have any new challenges, so we'll play one of the other TGC societies to get warmed up. I think the one thing I wanted to check was in the milestones, no, the challenges. So you don't get the online, you don't get the society win if you tie, because this is our second first place tie. We lost once on countback, won once on countback. And both don't count. Hey Keikoi, how are you doing? So we could try and do a runner challenge if we wanted to try and get those done and knock that out. That is one thing that we could do. Because there's probably still more to this. Any official course, do the runner. It's maybe not the best warm-up, but let's start with it. We'll do something. Dom's Fun, what's going on? How are you doing? Yeah, so let's pick one of the official courses here, and then try and do some runners. I'm trying to think like what would be a good one. More filters. Okay, official. Okay, it's the first one. I'm like glancing along. I don't know, I feel like if you did like the old course and then tuned it back, I feel like Links Golf would be a good place to do runners. So I think the best thing is play from like the front tees. Just play round one, full course, yeah, because we gotta do 10 of them. Gonna go with no wind. So so that can be whatever. Fairways will slow him down just so it's not crazy, but with this, we're gonna make it so that the runner can grab the front as much as possible. Hey, thank you for the luck ears. How we doing? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this course plays. We're playing at the Woodlands this week, which I guess used to host a tournament back in the like 80s, early 2000s, something like that. All right, well, good first swing of the week. That's always a good feeling. If I knew how to overswing it, I would. So what is the runner on? The runner on an iron? Okay, it's on 9-iron. Because we're just trying to hit Gur, so this is more of a test. And like, I don't care what the putt looks like. So that's 100. It's over hit. How runny is runner? On this green speed, not bad. Thanks. What a par. Got brought back down to earth this week in Platt. Don't play enough to tackle a course like that. I saw some commentary in Discord about... I did see commentary in Discord about the greens. I guess the green speeds are pretty tough. And I guess just because of that, the brakes are a little bit funky. Two or three first round and the undulations are crazy. So what? You just have to be on point. Nice swing, thank you, Luke. Extremely firm and very firm. Gotcha. So you have to be not only super precise, but also just have like a really good understanding of how that stuff's gonna play in absurd setups, basically. Let's pin this so that it's showing up. So that's 2. I don't want to be on. I want to be far enough back. I believe it was the same way, Alex. Couldn't make putts to save your life. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes for me. Like, I definitely can get on runs where, yeah, we're playing well, right? But when they're that crazy, you have to be so on point on your approach game. You have to be so on point on your approach game, or else you're just gonna be in dire straits. I knew that I made the correct adjustment on my swing path. Yeah. I made the right adjustment on my swing path, but I didn't make the right adjustment on my... And then I like overcompensated on my follow through. Again, all we need is greens. All we need is greens. Very slows make you have to hit so much pace on these putts. You gotta swing so hard to get it to go not that far. Last week was your last week in Kinetic. Shot 55 up to get moved to Elite this week. Nice. So you'll play the... I guess it's kind of a weird thing because you get to play in the Elite playoffs, but you have to like fully play your way through it. Whereas like if you played a bunch of time in Kinetic, yeah, then you would be able to like bypass to later rounds of the playoffs. So yeah, you have a little bit of extra challenge on your plate, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I actually don't know. I'm gonna try this with the 8, but we could end up short. Nope, 8 was fine. In fact, with the way that that bounced up the hill, the 9-iron may have been fine too. I'm definitely on this green speed. I have been cooking the... Well, yeah, as is evident there, I've been cooking the transitions. So what? New season starts in a few days, right? Like Wednesday or something for the start of the new season. So all of a sudden here, our character's just gonna naturally get better because we're gonna get the extra upgrades. We've already got a bunch of VC in case we need it. We got a bunch of Evo tools, a bunch of tokens. So I mean, with all of that, $5% extra, it's whatever. But with all that, we'll get a little bit extra just in our forgiveness, in our putting. I think we will have to go through and do something when it comes to transition. I think we got to give more points to it. I think we need to give more points to transition. Alright, I'm not gonna go for the runner here. Because like you'd have to be in such a... whatever, we'll try for it. We'll try for it. What's the harm? Hey, what's going on, KB? Wingmong, what's going on? What's better, EA PGA Tour 2K25? You want to buy one for your birthday? I think, personally, that 2K25 is better. I would say for either of them, though, waiting for a sale is the way to go. Scoop on Season 3? I don't think we know anything other than that it's going to be Magician as the, like, main theme. Which makes me sad because I'm a sculptor. And so, yeah, I'm having to wait quite a long time to get the sculptor-specific season. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, let's just hit our hole-in-one and get out of here. Oh wow, that died so fast. One of those funny things where, like, I know that I put it on the very soft and very slow for this challenge, but, like, in my head didn't realize, like, just how much that was playing. But yeah, I think 2K25 is better. 2K25 still has ongoing support for it. It has a bunch of fantastic creator design courses. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can try the free demo of 2K25. That'll at least give you, you know, a sense up front of if you'll enjoy it. I do know that I think EA's is on, like, Game Pass and stuff. What I'm kind of wondering right now is, at what point is 2K gonna go? So they've put the 2K game out for free on a couple of occasions already. For 2K21 and 2K23 on PS Plus. I'm wondering when they're gonna do that for 2K25. Because it was September, I believe, for the previous two games, but the game also released around September for those. This game released at the end of February, so I'm wondering if it's going to be like February next year, or if they would do it as soon as September of this year, which would be obviously next month. But we won't know until the end of this month. I would wager that they'd be waiting a year, but honestly, I have no idea. You tried and fell in love with PGA 2K25? I just think that the way the system is set up, yeah, the physics and all of it, I just think it's a much better experience. All right, we're gonna get a hole-in-one this go around. Just need to ooze confidence so that the ball goes in the hole. No! Short. Too short. I want to say yes, Stando. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it a little bit differently. But I did see them post the, like, money list for this season minus the 2K23 portion of the season, which I know that technically Plat will be running, you know, technically the Pro Tours will be running with. With the 2K23 portion. Is that 10? That is 10. But yeah, so I saw Franz's post, so I'm assuming they're doing something. Now, I know in previous years they were running spreadsheets and different things and like actually calculating a what's it called? Like actually calculating world rankings and season points and everything. They were doing that in the forums, so I don't know how it's gonna work. If it's like on the website, everybody's gonna play, but in the forums, they might calculate it out. Because in the past, they've like manually done in the forums the like WGC like match play events and stuff too. Okay, so this is the last stage of it. Bump and run, power pick, splash, and Texas wedge. Those are 4 things that I never use, but at least we moved it to the next. Hey, what's going on, Private? I've been well. How about yourself? Alright, so let's play... I think we'll just play one of the CCs to... Or not CCs, but like CC or Kinetic or something to warm up. Hey, how's it going, Broker? Sure, we'll just play CC. Thinking about maybe playing something else, but we'll just do this just to get some like proper round practice in and not just doing the runner. Alright, medium, firm, fast. Could be better, could be worse. That's still not a bad place to be. Obviously, you want to be in the good, but, you know. I know nothing, Stando. I have no insider connections like that. I am fully on the outside. So I know that it's going to be Magician, because that's what they've announced. I have not a clue, you know, what their plan is for, you know, like what the skill is going to be, or the shot type, whatever. Yeah, I really don't know if I don't know if there's going to be any balancing stuff. I would imagine there's going to be some quote-unquote balancing changes or, you know, bigger bug fixes and stuff that they've just been holding on to. Oh, that snapped early. That snapped very early. Think you're leading plat through 2? You're gonna finish the weekend, but it might screw things up. Yeah, cause is it Wednesday? Cause what? It says in the quests. 1 day, 16 hours. So 16 hours will be 30 minutes, that's 9 o'clock. Why am I having a hard... I'm like confused. Is it like noon on Wednesday? So I'll get all of True Sim in, and then my plat will be entirely on the new season. For better or for worse. If they make big changes, that could be problematic. I will have, obviously, the benefit of upgrades from the new season. So it's like, pick your poison. Yeah, it's like taking an insurance policy on it, right? Like, I know what I know, or I can take the gamble on the upgrades at the cost of something else, which is pretty much the risk I've always taken, because they always do it on Wednesday, and that's always when I play my plat. So ooh. Was a straight putt. It was straight on the double break. Yeah, I mean, I think the safe thing is to get through it. I mean, I don't know. Do we? I guess the real question is like, do we think that in this patch that they would make it harder again? Because that was the big thing. Oh, push and open. That was the big thing in the Season 2 patch, right? Was that all the partial stuff changed. And so, for me, like, I just stopped hitting partials for the most part, but obviously these shots are difficult. You know, any of the short game stuff where you're forced to hit a partial, those are challenging. But if you win, you'll go top 10 money lists, so next week wouldn't matter, which would be nice. True. True. Yeah, but even if you finish, well, isn't it top 10 in money list after next week anyway? So, like, technically speaking, you would still have to finish decently well next week. Probably should have, yeah, taken the 8, but do something to make the swing harder? At a harder difficulty than Legend? I don't think they'll do that. I really don't think they're going to add another... I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think they're going to add anything above what they have. And a lot of times, I'm hitting things a little bit off the transition number. A lot of times they do just like general tweaks across the board, not to any particular difficulty. At least not that I can like think of. I'm not like coming with any memory of like a difficulty specific change. Win this week will put you around 5th. Okay. I got you. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, any solid finish then on top of that, right, is gonna put you a bit closer. Okay, question for you, Stando. Golf, just like straight golf related. 10 mile an hour, pure side to side like this. How much? Ignore my foot lie. How much are you playing left to right adjustment? I know yours is probably in metric, but how many boxes? Because this is something that I struggle with immensely. Because, like, my distance control, that's always a good thing. Distance control is that's my sweet spot, but the left to right, I, like, can't quite get a consistent beat on it. I try, but it's, for whatever reason, it's a very hard visualization for me. But that's my weakness. Like, if there's the weakest part of my approach game, Obviously, like, if I can keep putting myself to that distance, like, then we're gonna be in a good spot. But foot lie eliminates so much wind. Yeah, I think my problem on those adjustments is I make, like, the wind read, and then I make, like, what I think the foot lie plays, but then I need to add, like, an extra, like, cancellation factor to it. So, like, here, like, if I'm gonna play this as, like, 9, it'd be here, but then this is, what, downhill? I gotta add a little bit. If I add too much. So that's like the hard part for me, is I'm like trying to get that dialed in. Well, I try and play off feel, but the problem is, Stando, my side-to-side feel is like sometimes it's on point and other times it's very far off. And so, I don't know. Just always like to cross-reference with people and try and see if they have some way that they approach it, because I don't have numbers for it, and that's why it's inconsistent when I try and put numbers to it still. Hey, how's it going, Van D? Brad, what up, what up? How's everybody doing? Yeah, I try and put my shaping to effectively nothing. I mean, sometimes I don't shape it enough, or sometimes I do. See, like there, I try to play fully on feel, and I'm still like out in that same spot, if not worse. So it's like, I just can't be 3 to 5 yards off sideways, you know, and putting it pin high, because putting it pin high is such an important piece. I can't be leaving it to having to make that putt every time. To play Battlefield 6, really nice, man. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Yeah, I try and hit a straight ball. Sometimes it still shapes to be a slight draw or a slight fade, but I'm always trying to play a straight shot. Drew Sim's very scoreable this week? Well, we'll see. Because I gotta put it close. That's the thing. That's the thing. If my left to rights are just a little bit off, like they are right now, you know, I feel like last week I got away with my swing being a little off because the course was tougher and we were able to rally. This week I'm not gonna have that same luxury. Not gonna have that same luxury. Like you have to have the reads and swing dialed on scoreable weeks. So like swing is pretty good and reads are decent, but yeah, if we're sitting in 10 to 15 feet every time, then I can almost guarantee that I'm not scoring. Couple misses so far, but the swing pressure's on for sure. Yeah, and it's like, it's the swing, but it's everything starts with the read, right? Like there's definitely a strong relationship there. You know, like if your swing is bad, it doesn't matter where you aim, and if your aim is bad, it doesn't matter how you swing. You need the two of them to be blended into this beautiful thing where they work together and put you close. And like, obviously, you can get away with a misread and a mishit, you know, but yeah, or a misread and a correct. Like you can get away with certain combinations of them, but ultimately they have to be clicking. Just ran out of steam. I don't know if it had momentum, if it would have gotten back to that shelf, but that's not a bad place to be. I'm just off on the inputs. That was a really good read, but I underswung it. So hopefully our putting pace is not too terribly off the mark today. Hey, good evening, John. How we doing today? You had 16 under on kinetic round one, Liam? Nice. Nice. It's a solid start to the playoffs. It's going well, man. We won Plat last week, so I'm pleased with that. We just gotta be able to carry that momentum. Just gotta be able to carry that momentum into the playoffs. I mean, this week probably doesn't mean much of anything. We're third in the money list. One Plat, no, one True Sim. One True Sim last week. Did I say Plat? If I said that, then I don't know why that's what came out of my mouth. No. We, actually, where did we finish in Plat last week? We finished like 16 strokes off the lead. But the crazy part is you would think that we finished further down if that was the case. But I think we finished inside the top 25. Apparently, the TGC website doesn't want to load for me for some reason. Weird. Yeah, what's going on, Matt? Welcome back. TGC donation goal? Yeah, it's almost up to 3/4 of the way. But yeah, let's see. Last week in Plat, we finished 21st, 16 strokes off the lead, but we were 11 strokes off a second. Yeah, and 2 strokes off of finishing inside the top 15. So, yeah, we put some balls in the water. We did some stuff that, like, we definitely could have been up towards the top 10 outside of that. But again, that's how it goes. You got to put together full 4 rounds, full 72 holes. Yeah, we didn't do that. See, I closed that one. Fairway bounce is going to be rough. Puts a little release onto it. Time are we live until? Probably for another 2 hours. Roughly. Probably for another 2 hours. If I had to make a best guess. We've been pretty well playing our main rounds, and then that's it. You know, so whatever that ends up taking. That's not too shabby at all. Maybe for some of these, I don't know, maybe it makes sense to put a little bit extra pace on it. In and out, no worries. And we're just getting the thumb warmed up, which I think we're in a pretty good spot. So once we get through this, we'll be heading into True Sim round 1. Followed by 1-2. It's our playoff this week, John? Yes. Yes, this is week 1 of the playoffs for everybody. Okay, that was a pretty good call. It's actually kind of crazy that the lie kept it that far left of the hole. But I felt like that was a little bit straighter on. Alright, this should put us down in wedge territory as well. Curl this down here. I mean, I think overall inputs feel pretty good. Obviously, we'll see when we get into the actual round. If or what adjustments we'll need to make. For science, should we play backstop? It's fast greens, but it's steep red slope. Hit, get to the top, and then come back down to the hole. I'm gonna finish left, I think. It does move back towards the hole a bit. Yeah, that was the right idea. It just took a kick that I was not exactly prepped for. I didn't think that was gonna just jump left off the top of that. Focusing more on leaving 100% shot for the approach. There you go, Jim. That's the way I like to play it. Get as close to a full wedge as you can. And I'm gonna try and... Whoa. Why did that go so far to the right? It was only 2 degrees open. Was the lie that bad? See what happens here. Was able to actually get some distance on that. I don't like the partials, so what full shot can I hit? I might have to hit a partial pitch. Long flop? What about a regular flop? Yeah, see, that's still an accuracy thing from that distance. Alright. Hey, what up, Quicklin? Welcome back. Get your butt out of the kiddie circuit so you can participate. Yeah, I mean, you're locked into CC now. Like, there's the promotions and demotions are turned off during the playoff season. You know, but there's always next season. Always next season. But they have to run the playoffs manually, so they shut it off for CC because it's confusing for people that are still qualifying, and it just ends up being a lot of work. I pulled it, but there's a lot of... Yeah, that was actually a really good read. Otherwise, did enter a promotion a couple weeks ago. What tour are you in, John? Well, that just hung out there. All right. It is what it is. Gets the thumbs going. Gets the thumbs going. We'll just have to focus. I mean, 13 under, 2 strokes back. I guess that's just the PlayStation guys. J-Lock, thank you for the follow. Right. So yeah, the promo marks. Any promotion that you got up to this point, like, you will start in CCE now with no promos and no demos next season. Everybody is now, like, locked in. People will get, you know, you'll have your promos and demos wiped. People can still, I believe, qualify in during this time. But I believe that's it. What's going on, Cade? How we doing? We are just getting ready to dive into our competitive rounds for this evening. While I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna share this. So, unrelated to golf, but related to the stream. Coming up, you know, we're in playoff season now, right? So this is week 1 of the playoffs. They will go as long as 3 weeks. True Sim, we're definitely locked for week 3. Plat, we're gonna have to earn our way in. We're locked for week 2. We're gonna have to earn our way in week 2 to 3. But we are going to be rolling into the weird kind of in-between season and, like, into the IRL golf kind of, or at least professional golf off season. We're gonna be playing some variety stuff. What's going on, Richard? So with that, we're gonna still be playing golf, but we're also gonna be playing some other games. And so I dropped a straw poll into the chats. I will pin them there so that they're there for the rest of the stream. It's also in the Discord if anybody's in there. But if you vote in that, that'll help me out, help decide what game we're gonna be playing. Try and get some, like, single player kind of story games, you know, in the in between, kind of spice it up with the golf. Golfer stats, yeah, I'll put them up here for you, Josh, during the little break. So yeah, go vote. It's between Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Lies of P, and the 2018 God of War. So definitely a theme there. I like those types of games. But yeah, we do have season 3 coming up, so these stats might change on Wednesday. These stats might change a little bit on Wednesday, but this is the build for the moment. Basically, the one thing that I'm going to need to put more into is putt weight and transition. Putt weight and transition. So, can we get a golf vlog this summer? Probably not. I've barely been getting out to play, unfortunately. Been getting to the range, but I don't know. I just barely get to get out, and when I do, I'm not recording it. Yeah, unless they change a bunch again. But I don't know. I don't know if, like, every season they're going to change the way the game plays. I feel like feel like at this point it's less likely, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so we're gonna take a quick 3-minute break. When we get back, we will dive into rounds 1 and 2 of True Sim, not 1 and True of 2 Sim. True Sim. But yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out. If you are watching on the YouTube vertical, just so you know, we do have YouTube horizontal and Twitch horizontal as well. If that interests you, if you enjoy the vertical, stay put. All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes.
It's raining.
Ads. Back. Back. Alright, let's run it. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do. I'll be very, very interested to see what they do for Season 3. I'm expecting bug fixes and stuff, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm not expecting, like, big gameplay changes. We'll see, though. We will definitely see. What's going on, Rio? Got level 100 in Clubhouse Pass Season 2 today, just in time for the bonus 1k VC quest that expires and Season 3 starts. Perfectly timed. Yeah, I just got it a couple weeks ago. This is really dumb to me, though, that a tie for first does not count for the society win. Or maybe I have to claim it. Let me check. I feel like it doesn't, though, because we had... Oh, no, this one does. Okay. Technically, we've had 3, but we lost on countback, so there must be something behind the scenes of how they differentiate first versus second. Like, is this gonna say 2 wins? Fix the speed boost? I don't know about that one. I don't know about the speed boost getting fixed. Yeah, see, victories 3. But it only counted 2 of them towards the quest. It's technically 1 was a tie. Like 2 were ties. 1 I won on countback, 1 I lost on countback. So I don't know. Why are you not there with 2, Rio? It's a great question. I didn't mean to back all the way out of this anyway. No, but that's what I'm saying. I won. 2 of my victories are ties. So there must have been a bug. It must be bugged, Rio, because yeah, unless. Well, no. Did you win on a week where like 3-putt Bejek got banned? Because ties in-game, ties count as wins, but they don't, like, my quest counter doesn't count one of these wins. First one was with the Bejek, yeah, so, like, in-game you lost. Why is the... Daughter starts daycare on Monday. Not sure how you feel about it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Did my... Okay. I don't know what causes it, but every once in a while my bot disconnects from YouTube chat. Okay, everything should be synced back up now. I only play True Sim and Plat all season with a few society rounds sprinkled in. Good to know that pretty much only playing TGC at a high level does get you there for the clubhouse pass. Yeah, Rio, I mean, that's what it is for me. I play 4 rounds of Plat, 4 rounds of True Sim every week. I did miss a couple of weeks in there. And then, like, I maybe play, like, a warm-up round or the challenges and stuff. But I also play, if I'm playing my warm-up rounds on career mode, they're on Legend, so a higher difficulty multiplier, and therefore more XP than playing just society stuff. And welcome back, Max. Alright, here we go. Playing off the gold tees here. Medium wins out of the Southwest. Normal, normal, medium, fast. And we are playing at TPC Woodlands, also known as TPC at the Woodlands, the championship course at the Woodlands. It's in Texas. Used to be a PGA event back into the early 2000s, but and we're taking a little trip to Tejas. To at the sticks? I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay on the sticks. See, this is where, like, I think some people just always are taking power drive. But, like, I don't know. It's still... For me, if I can find fairway... Like, if the fairways are tighter, or if I can find green and under regulation without power drive, I tend to leave power drive off the table. Personally. When will I max? When I'm winning every week. I've only won twice. Just been either with your wife and you, or your wife since she was born, 20 months old tomorrow. Plus is that, should we go into the daycare preschool you work at? So it'll be right there if needed. There you go. Yeah, I get that. Like my son is, I guess, he's a little older than 2. Yeah, but my wife stays home with him, so yeah, we definitely don't have that experience with him being away from us too much. Which is actually something that we need to do a little bit more, is have some like stayovers at the grandparents and stuff. I thought the lie was gonna take us more to the right. Let's just get it up and down. As much as I think with the green speed, 9 yards. What is it to the edge of the green? For being the slower, I guess, like, downhill and everything. Still ran by. I wanted to give it a chance. I felt like with those green conditions, I should give it the more bump and run approach. Ooh, no. Stay left. Stay left. Okay. I was trying to punch it down there to wedge territory. That got a little bit aggressive on me. My IRL handicap max, I'm like a 20, like a 27. I am very much so on the not good IRL. I'm very much so not good on the IRL. But I'm also much newer. Well, I mean, I guess I've technically played the virtual golf longer, but I bought clubs like 4-ish years ago, but I don't get out a whole lot, so I don't get to. It's really an experience thing. I've played for like a little over 4 years, but I have maybe like 35 rounds total. Registered behavioral therapist, and they still classify you as a daycare worker. Get a voucher to cover the full daycare cost of free. Well, that's nice, because daycare is no joke cost-wise. Daycare is absolutely no joke when it comes to costs. I'm gonna throw just a little bit of loft on this guy. Come on, sit. Sit. Okay, it's not terrible. Aiming a little bit too much to the right. And again, this is kind of what's going to be tricky this week, is if my reads are not quite on and we're putting ourselves into like 6-footers all the time. Six-footers can definitely be tricky. But I'm hoping I can get approach shots a little bit closer, but also I can make some of those putts and like get dialed in on the green speeds we've got here. 2.5 weeks in Texas right before you moved. Would have been 1,800. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it really becomes this like difficult thing of how important to you is like career over, you know, just staying home with the kid, because the cost of daycare is like a small salary. Come on. No. That was so close. That was so close. What up, Pseudo? Too much to get any assistance there, but not enough to make any sense for it. Yeah. Like there's a weird limbo of like the overall income of the house and all of that, right? Like it's a definitely a math equation. Well, I mean a math equation plus like a career path thing, right? Like if both are pursuing a career, then yeah, maybe that's a short-term sacrifice for long-term gain situation. That's it. I hit it over. A little bit of backspin. So putting it right into that like 6-foot kind of territory. This is not career mode, Wing Wong. This is TGC Tour's True Sim. So we were playing in a society against other people. But the big shtick with this is we don't have. There's no scout cam. There's no green grid. There's no lie grid. So you gotta read everything. Ooh, that snapped. Okay, that had more break in it than I thought. Hey, thank you, Abe. Thank you for the luck, man. Did you like $400 a month more? Right, and so it becomes that trade-off of like, is that money going to be helpful enough? Would we rather have the time, you know, the one-on-one time with your own kid? You know, is it a career progression thing? Like that's it. Those are questions that everybody has to, you know, to tackle with. And so like for us, you know, my wife stays home with our son, right? Like, but that's not going to be the answer for everyone. It's not a blanket solution, but the cost of it definitely makes you think about it. Yeah, what up, Fly Guy? Happy Monday, dude. Thank you for the luck. I, for the life of me, cannot seem to put it smack at the hole, except for that one par 3. But we're definitely dancing. We're definitely Ted dancing. All over the shop. Yo, Defiant Leaf, how have you been, man? Good to see you, good to see you. Okay, we're dropping them in and we're converting. We just got to do it for another 67 holes. Like the sound of free, well, yeah, free goes a long way, right? And so like you're saying, if it was 1,800 to net 400, now you get to, you know, be positive 2,200 a month. You know, that's a lot. There's a lot you can do with that. Hold it. That might be bad. Streamer luck. Problem here is the tree. So like, even though even though we did technically find fairway, say 50% on your car insurance by switching to Geico. I've been down that rabbit hole before as well. Although ended up switching and saving even more. So you never know. Shop around on your car insurance. See, there's part of me that is like in the Phil Mickelson, but you didn't see the gap I had. And like I kind of want to, but I know the smart play is to go down here and leave a wedge. Because if we don't come out of here cleanly and we hit some sort of branch, this could get way worse. So I am going to be smart about it. Okay, I just got to make sure my aim is proper. The failed layup? Nice. Nice, my favorite. I love the failed layup. It's the best. The freaking best, man. So now it's looking like we're just gonna par this hole. I got it to the right and then laid up into the crap. I just thought it was gonna go more to the right of where it did, but okay, we're not out of it yet. We still have a putt. Thought it was gonna turn substantially more. Okay, well, that sucks. That's like, okay, now in hindsight, like, had I gone for it, it still could have been bad, right? So it's like, just don't, I guess, be more, uh-oh. That was almost really bad. I gotta be more sure, I guess, on my, my layup. It's gonna get a nice little release from the light rough, isn't it? Oh, I thought we'd get a little bit more. Okay, we got a 9-footer up the hill, right to left. Still breaking at the hole, more at the feet. Perfect read. Alright, back on the cards. Playing ranked PGA, actually, you and your buddy been playing duos? There you go. I'll have to see how things all pan out when it comes to, like, our off-season. There's a chance we might be running some ranked duos. Definitely a chance. Looks like it's uphill, but I also know that I'm gonna land this in like here, so I think I gotta play slightly like partialed. Overswung it a little bit. But that's gonna work out quite nice. It's so hard to know with the, like I had a feeling that it was uphill just from what I could see from the tee box, but you have no idea. Like if I hit that 100%, do we just like, you know, go on a huge chase? You know, who knows? I'm gonna partial this. We're gonna choke it. This is just like a bump one out there. Because I'm trying to still leave a full 60 degree in here. And I'm always, like, I'm trying for a full 60. I'm always okay to take a 56, though. Like, that's kind of my mantra with it, so to speak. Okay. So if we're rocking 105, 107, 108, and then a little bit at the tail here, once you get the bounce and everything. We are right at it. It's definitely a couple yards short. 4 yards short. So what if I had taken the full shot? I just thought we were going to get a little bit more, I think, from the downslope. It's like a hair left to right breaker the whole way. Okay, we're reading it. We're reading it so far. 8 through 9. 8 through 9, we didn't score the par 5. That's the one hole we didn't score. I wish I had a better... I mean, it looks like we're kind of splitting things. Baby draw. Creeping out towards the left side a little bit more than I would like. Sometimes it's so hard to tell off the tee box exactly where you're aimed. Like you're trying to use some clues from your yardage book, but there's only so much information you can gather from it. Barely see with the shadows. There it is. Right next to it. But seriously, I can barely see. I'm like looking at the little flag marker and just trusting that that's gonna be exactly what we need it to be. Okay, again, this is like, I want to kind of be up towards the right-hand side. Wind's gonna bring us. But I'm gonna just like check the driver down here to try and get the full wedge. Yeah, what up, Aaron? Welcome back. Did you driver to carry the bunkers? Have to adjust to fly it up? Yeah. But it's still just, some of these are just tough to see. Slightly below the feet. Need that wind to take me back left a little. It's not bad. Again, sometimes we're hitting darts, but a lot of times I feel like we're hitting it to this kind of weird 4 to 6 foot spot, and we're left really trying to see what's going on, which I feel like has put a little bit more pace. But we're reading things right. We are definitely reading things correctly. Okay. Awkward hole. But actually just involves a little bit of laying up. But I think what we'll do is we'll play the hybrid with a cut. What's my aim? I think this is. Like, trying to make sure I don't bleed it out into the little peninsula there on the split fairway. Again, it's just everything. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, because everything is just try and be on some sort of wedge. Now, it's within reason, trying to not be like crazy aggressive. You just put it to a number that you like. Anything that's like inside a 9-iron is pretty nice. Oh, I left the face open for the first time in a while. So we'll have to try and make something from here. Breaking right to left. Pretty steep, actually. This is 61%. Oh, man. That would have been something. That would have been something. Don't know how you do it. It's, I don't know. It's not as, I mean, it's definitely tough. I don't want to like just completely write it off. It's definitely tough, but I don't think it's often as bad as it may seem. It is definitely a test of approach game and then being able to decipher what greens are doing. And the deciphering what greens are doing, like, that comes with time, but it's also, it's definitely doable. Oh, left the face open again. Didn't quite turn that over. I mean, I wasn't really thinking that, like, we're going up another club here, so okay with it. But again, it's a lot of just throw away, like, the green grids. I mean, you can kind of try and visualize green grids to it if you want to, but a lot of it is just trying to figure out what's going on and then visualizing, you know, the putt across the slope that you see. But again, it comes back to, like, if you are good at wind and elevation and all of that, and you can pick numbers and know how things are going to play, yeah, your putting naturally improves from that, just simply for the fact that you are closer more frequently. Yeah, I overhit that. I knew that that was going to be a tough one to hit. This is not an easy comebacker. Okay, big birdie. Big birdie. Can't be going bagel boy on the par fives. Play a lot of gridless career on the EA golf games. Had to adjust to this game, but it was slightly ingrained in you. Yeah, you definitely get used to it. It's like, I don't know, I feel like it's more daunting. More daunting than it actually is, in my opinion. But a lot of that also just comes down to like how confident are you and how consistent are you in hitting like your reads and inputs. Because the more you can do reads and inputs, the more you can do that. So, like, I tend to think that people that are already in the upper echelons of the game, right, the people that play plat at a pretty consistently high level, like, they're ones that I think are gonna be good, you know, anyway. A lot of people don't want to put the extra time into it, but I don't know, if you're a good player, I think it'll translate to this, or you'll be a quick adapter. So I think if you want to aim for the top, but the skills that get you to plat, get you to be, yeah, like, you will be leaps and bounds above most true sim players out the gate, I would say, just from previous skills. A little bit of overpower because we're trying to like just clear it here. I caught the fairway. This is gonna be a tough putt. Gonna be a very tough putt. But you also just, I don't know, you pick up a lot. I think for a lot of people it's the time. Because you have to look at things a bit more, and people often don't want to do that. You know, and you can be successful without it, but I think to get to the uppermost point, I think you have to give it some time. Okay, got the input. I started creeping left way earlier. I thought off the face it was maybe gonna ride a little bit more right to left and then come falling down. It started turning over left to right way sooner. But yeah, I definitely say try it. Downhill, a little bit of wind. Just a gentle choked 8-iron. Would go nicely. See, that's the interesting part. The sideways wind there, it took us a little bit further than I'm anticipating. Now we've got a little bit of a putt left. Looks like the ball's slightly above the feet, kind of straightish down at the hole. But like from this angle, it's feeling like everything That feels slightly above the feet. From back here, feels more straightish. Everything is giving me like a slight right to left lean. Oh, man. There was surprisingly more in the last little bit of that. Okay, I'm gonna err on the little side of caution here. Nice little hybrid. Say err on the side of caution. I'm still on the left side of the fairway, but distance-wise, should be okay. 27. Downhill lie, but into wind. Okay. Gonna play them as the wind overpowering this and still getting to where I'd like to be. Okay, overswung it a little bit. 101 and a little bit heavy on the downswing there, so like it's one of those shots that it's perfect line, but it's a 50-degree wedge, so like even though it's, I mean, I guess it is only an inch down the hill, we're in a spot where we're not gonna get any sort of spin back. I'm seeing a left to right breaker. Actually not crazy below the feet at, I mean, it's a little bit below the feet at the flat, or at the feet. Starts to build up, it's stronger in the latter stages. Surprisingly enough, if we actually hit that the pace that I put on it, I think we blow it by just a touch on the high side, but able to sink that one. I think I want to choke this shot, and I'm gonna go a little more left side of the fairway. Okay. Ooh, that's not as left as I was hoping. Okay. Wind certainly turned that over. I'm in your algorithm for some reason, Tyler. I'll take it, man. Welcome to the competitive virtual golf scene. I'm assuming I'm in your algorithm due to some enjoyment of real life golf. That's light rough. It's not going to release enough. To release a little bit, but yeah, we're just going to still be short, but we got a chance. All right, we've got an 11-footer to get to 16 birdies on the round. Not a lot of movement. It's really not. Okay, that's round one. That's round one. We gotta do it 3 more times. We gotta do it 3 more times, but 16 birdies in round one, and we par to par 5. That's a really, really strong way to start the tournament. We're still naturally down a stroke to Rio, because why wouldn't we be? Nice round, Rio. That's disgusting. 7 for 7, 3 for 7. It's the par 5. And we almost hold that putt on the green that we missed. And we par to par 5. Those were the 2 we didn't score. 11.9 foot proximity though is disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, that proximity is probably up there as one of my best ever. Calm down after a bit of a heater. Even par through 3. Birdie par bogey start. Yeah, I see. Well, D-Brad was 15-15. So yeah, some hot starts out there. We'll see what we can do with it in round 2. But that was very nice. It was very nice. Best mini golfers in the world can't swing a golf club to save their life, but they could use a putter. Probably just a plastic one though. Yeah, what's going on, Michael? Okay. So we are in there, 1 stroke off of the lead through 1 round, a 16 birdie bonanza, so to speak. Feeling good, sub 12 foot proximity. Let's see if we can follow that up and do it again in round 2. It's gonna be tough, but we've done it once, so we can do it again, right? That's the mindset that we have to have going into this. We're gonna take a quick 2-minute break. We'll be right back after these messages. Give me your pennies, Twitch. Give me your pennies. No, we're taking a break to get rid of pre-rolls. The ad rev is just kind of whatever. I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. I'm gonna stop talking.
It's raining.
Ads. Larry Boyle, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Just a reminder for those interested and maybe have not voted yet, if you are interested in variety content here outside of golf coming up in the next couple of weeks, there is a game poll pinned in all the chats, so feel free to vote if you think you want to watch me play something that's not golf. I know, crazy thought. All right, but back to the golf. We've got round 2 here. They're moving us up in the wind speeds though at the same time from medium to high, northwest, normal, normal, and medium fast. So gonna be similar conditions on the greens, which will be helpful because we were reading the putts pretty well there. Only like golf, Slim? Well, I'm gonna disappoint a lot of people then. Because I wanna play some other games. Big cut right up along the tree. No option for EA PGA Tour. No, I wanna play other games that I have the potential to enjoy. I guess that's the caveat I need to put in there. Okay, well with that we've taken the shorter tees and the higher set of wind there, and we have given ourselves a chance. We've given ourselves a chance here to hit an 8-iron in on a par 5. So hopefully we can capitalize. I'm gonna throw a touch of loft, take some distance off. I mean, that's a beautiful strike. Oh, we are online, folks. We are online. We'll have that one left for eagle. Okay, we got right to the left or 6 foot. Six foot up the hill, but this one definitely has a little bit of bend to it. 49%. Ooh, sneaky guy. Does not break near as much as I thought. We're not gonna capitalize. Feels bad, man. What other games do I fancy, Skew? I'm a big From Software guy. So, the Dark Souls games, it erases proximity. I love how proximity has a qualifier of if the putt is made. I think that's probably the funniest part to me about it. It is only proximity if you sink the putt. Small vertical stripe from the green screen. Thank you for the heads up. It's always this side, isn't it? Thanks for letting me know. Ooh, uphill. The wind in. I'm gonna punch this a little bit. The pain of landing on the fringe. The pain of landing on the fringe. Why fringe and fairway, if they're both normal, why it has to be such a big disparity? I'll never truly understand. I'll never truly understand. Saying that's right to left at the hole. Oh, man. Other content trying to get into, Slim, mostly just playing, like, playing single-player story games. I'd like to have as, like, the mix-up. I've gone down the rabbit hole of, like, trying to find a secondary main before. That's a really tall task because you're kind of trying to force something that isn't there sometimes. So I think the simplest course of action for me is to just try out other games, like it's something to experience as a community together, and then, you know, find another game. Because like trying to find like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna grind golf and we're gonna grind Rocket League or whatever, like, it's very easy to say that, and then it's also very easy to just like put yourself in a box. Because like I've gone down that rabbit hole with like, oh, I'm gonna speed run this game, or I started playing this game, like, we'll make this content and this will be my main thing, and like, and then it doesn't pan out that way because the game doesn't catch on as much with the community, or you don't actually enjoy it as much as you thought you would at the start. So I think just trying to try out some different games that I haven't played that are, you know, somewhat popular, and then just take it from there. A little long. A little bit long with the 101. We did play The Last of Us, Skew. We played the first one. That was a good time. I have not played the second one. The problem being, I don't own the second one. I had the first one because it was free at some point. So I am kind of trying to take advantage of either already owning a game because it was free, or something that I got on like a sale. So like Star Wars Jedi Survivor is on sale for like $12 during the summer sale. Lies of P is going to be free in a couple of days on PS Plus, I think maybe tomorrow. And God of War, like, I already have because that was free. So like some of it is just taking advantage of what we have, but the hope is that like there's enjoyment to come from it, and then we can kind of take that and build from there, right? Like, if people are enjoying things, people are enjoying the variety content and stuff, and like getting involved in voting for things, and it's like, yeah, there's some appeal behind it, like, then that's the type of thing you can just keep going with. That's heading up the left-hand side with that pole. I think it's gonna hold. And it settles before the little slope going on in the fairway there, so that's pretty nice. There we go. Start the swing path on a better line this time around. Distance is exactly what we need it to be. Thoughts on an alt shot event in this game? I mean, that we've done alt shot events in the past. I feel like with every successive game, the hype around an alt shot competition, tournament, you know, whatever you want to call it, has dwindled a bit. I mean, even the match play stuff has too. I think it's a weird situation of like, community members want to participate, but you also need content creators for it. And like, I'm sure there are a fair number of content creators, but there's also not like a ton in the grand scheme of things. So it's an interesting balance. Oh, that's gonna kick hard, right? Sit nicely, please. We'll take that. As we play in the random alties, I don't want to say 100% no. I want to say I was maybe asked once. But to be fair, for like random alt shot type stuff, like I definitely require quite a bit more heads up. Just with like streaming and everything. Okay, I'm gonna try and sling this draw around the trees. Let the face open. Gosh darn it. Oh, and it plugs into the grass. Oh. Guess it's just a crap heavy rough lie. That still sucks. But for the writing games, it is in Discord and suggestions. It's also pinned in the chat. This kind of suckies. Sucks very much. I would love to pitch it, or I mean not pitch it, I'd love to flop it, but the flop shot seems like it would just not go well. The pitch shot also seems like it would go not great. It's not the worst, but this uphill at the end is the main problem. Well, let's try and get our way out of this one. Still find the score. I think it has to be above our feet, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, great read. Really stings to have been in that, the edge of that there, but good out. Hey, take it easy, Alex. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out, man. So yeah, for me, the random alt shot, I know that people play in those like pop-up tournaments and whatnot. For me personally, I like to have a little bit more heads up. Just with streaming, like, having content, so, like, I don't know. I guess it would be one thing if it was less pop-up and I was playing, but even then, I don't know. It's also that weird thing of, like, gotta look at things from, like, 2 points of view. Is, like, are people trying to get you to play in it? And also, are people asking, like, oh, man, why aren't you playing in this? Or are you playing in it? Whatever. And oftentimes, I don't think I've ever had anyone up until now asking, like, if I'm even playing in it. I'm gonna get this one a little bit harder hit. Oh, that did not come out. The bounce is gonna be useful. That was scary. It didn't carry as far, and it stayed left. And now we got a 6-foot bender. This one actually has break in it. Or not. Even with that much push open, that didn't turn. Whole Discord dedicated to it. A lot of folks who host events regularly enough to schedule content on off days. Gotcha. Well, and I guess that's the thing, right? Like, I stream 4 days a week. You know, we play TGC, 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 TGC. I mean, I'm obviously I'm planning, you know, as we've talked about, on changing that. But yeah, for me, there's not really like an off day of content. Can we get a little bit of a kick back to the right and just run up this hill? At least settle up top, please. Okay, it's a chance. Juan Pablo G, how do you read shots in this game mode? A lot of it is relying on just like knowledge of your carry distance and how the club is going to play when it lands on the ground. Yeah, so having a feel for bounce and rollout. Obviously, there's a bit where like the more bounce and rollout you need, the more susceptible you are to getting screwed by if you don't know that there's like a big uphill or big downhill. But generally, it's knowing where you're going to land relative to the hole and being able to read the wind and just having proximity. From there, the putting is... I'm looking at like how the ball is sitting relative to my feet. So here it's a decent bit below. It's a decent bit below, you know, in the same direction at the pin. So I'm just going to look across this putt and try and like relatively feel out how left to right this putt is breaking. From there, it's just a best guess, but yeah, I'm like gonna envision the pace of the putt, the pace and the break. He's tucking it for good reason. Hey, g'day, Sangroper. Welcome back. How's it going? How's it going? I'm gonna take the choke tee shot. I'm actually gonna aim a bit more to the left with this wind. We got pretty close left last time, I believe, so I'm gonna hug the left-hand side a little bit more to stay center fairway. So yeah, I mean, this game mode, it is a lot of educated guessing. But that's not to say that you can't make some stuff drop. Yeah, I feel like on this shot, 56-degree wedge. I'm gonna try and squeeze this one out. I don't know if this is the right play, but I feel like we're at an awkward distance that trying to... that's alright. Hung out a little bit to the left. It's at an awkward distance of trying to like shave off the choked 50-degree. Just the one archetype maxed out, Sagroper? Yes. I have my 99 Sculptor. I think my Technician is at 90. I think I'm at 85 for the Greenskeeper and the Powerhouse to get their skills, and I don't even have... I think my Magician is at like 70 something. Because I don't use the recovery shot. Waste. 43%, so that's gonna be like a small one in there. Good read. It's gotta be a pain to get the car out there on the water, yeah? Donate if you don't miss fairway? I mean, that's kind of the objective, right? That's the objective. And even then, like, I don't think that the lies are so bad in this game that even when you do miss the fairway, that it's all that worth it. $41. I'm gonna put just a little bit of loft on this. Tracking. A little long. Aren't punishing at all compared to 23. No, you get a, like, I have 69 nice recovery on my character. I feel like at worst you're getting like 80% lies. At least that's what it feels like. For the most part, you're honestly hitting some, like, you're hitting a fair amount of 85 to 90. You just put enough into the stat to, like, take the edge off, so to speak. Like, take the really crap lies out of it. But, yeah, for the most part. For the most part, they're not bad. Yeah, what up, bot? You're up late, my guy. Hey, how's it going, Campbell? Heard any news about what course will be adding the season when the season 3 update drops? I know nothing about season 3 other than Magician. I am not at all associated with 2K, so I have no inside knowledge. I'm gonna keep that over by the bunker, I think, and let the wind move it back. Off all week? Oh no, not a good time to be off with the playoffs here, huh? Especially with the stint in Elite not helping your money list. Something like this, but I think I gotta add a little D-loft to it. Fairway kick's gonna be useful. Uphill, a little bit right to left. Done a great job keeping a lid on it. Yeah, I mean, there's only a handful of creators that are, like, tied into 2K, right? Like, you've got C-Mount, who hasn't been streaming. I mean, I guess he'd be... I know he's got IRL stuff going on, that's why he's not. But it's like C-Mount, Zane, Makachada, who's a YouTube-only guy. I mean, maybe he streams some Twitch stuff, but I don't think really. Binks. Try to think. I know I'm probably missing somebody. I mean, you've got Crazy Canuck. Try to think, like, content-wise. I mean, obviously you've got some guys who, like, do work for them. Yeah, it's all been pretty quiet. It's all been pretty quiet. I'm just gonna hit the... Do we just hit the 4-iron to be safe? We're striking it well. We'll play the choked hybrid. You're no U fan? Gotta rep my Penn State. Football season's getting pretty close. Football season's getting pretty dang close. I over-aimed it. That's gonna be so bendy. That's... Right to lefter, Sweeping across the whole way. Good reads. Good reads. Okay, I mean, I think we're hitting... Cut a driver up here. There's a tree over that. That's the tree in front of the bunker, right? We're playing a pretty heavy cut. I'm gonna go just a little left of it. It's like you gotta pick your spots and just commit to them. 216, 239. We're getting... What, 13, 14 here. Play a diagonal, 15, 224. It's gonna be more than that. But I feel like if I cut it a little bit, I can take just a little more off. Jamie, thank you for the YouTube sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Underswung it a little bit. That might not be the worst thing, depending on how uphill this is. My right to left has been consistently off, but we've been finding putts, and that's kind of been the saving grace here. Balls above the feet. Balls above the feet. Which means we're looking at a putt across this slope, which is ultimately not much. Okay, almost load it, but we'll take the eagle there. I'm gonna de-loft a little bit because I think 4-iron choked is gonna be too much. So I'm hoping we still get some release here. No. It's on a slope. So the choked 4-iron was the better play, but it's so hard to know without... This is where course knowledge is actually useful. Is when you've got a shelf like this. Could you even see this on the map? No. There's not enough detail. I mean, you guess you could maybe infer that, but not really. Alright. It does look like it breaks a little bit, like left to right. %, love that for us. And we're about 3% over. That's such a tough percentage, though. It really is such a tough percentage. I came off so freaking hard to the left. All right. Unfortunate 3-putt, but that's a tough one to avoid. So the eagle gets immediately wiped out. The eagle gets immediately wiped out. Naturally. As it does. Okay, but we can hit like a nice cut on the driver here. Yeah, this is gonna go quite nicely. Because, like, we're still striking the ball well. So, like, yes, we bogeyed, but I'm not gonna all of a sudden, like, change the way that we're playing, change our thought process on anything. Like, we're still hitting good shots. I'm still gonna feel pretty good about it. Now, this feels like it slopes. So I'm gonna want to fly it on, like, 156. Which means, like, we're not getting 15 yards out of that. 150. It's gonna be past the hole. Take those couple yards off. It's gonna run a little bit long, but I think we have to take that risk. Almost played that slope. Almost played that slope. I mean, this is still an eagle. We have to remember that was a 9-iron into this. This is again another eagle chance. Tough hold. Not a bad bogey. No, not really. Not really, Jada. Like that hole with that whole location, length of club, and everything. Like, I don't think that's gonna be a. I don't think we're gonna be losing that many strokes to the field with a bogey there, but obviously being out towards the front, like, you don't want to be throwing bogeys in the mix if you can help it. So that's the 50. Ooh, underswung it by 1%. Okay. Okay, so that may have been the read, just underhit it and it dies below the hole. So, okay. So the reads remain on point, and that's kind of where my mind is at. Of, like, as long as the reads are maintaining. Maintaining their consistency, I ain't mad at it. Well, you gotta release a little bit. Nice. It's a chance. Everything is a chance. Slightly below. It's breaking a little bit more. We'll give it some pace. Slightly below. Get it just on the outside. Drive it home. Done better with the reads the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, the weeks that we've won. I mean, especially the weeks that we've won, but also, like, some of the weeks that we've played pretty well. The big characteristics are, like, good approach, but, like, more importantly, it's the percentage of putts that we make. Like, we just get into a groove with the green speed, and we just start laying on. We just start laying on the scoring. The 142. I gotta deal off this pitching wedge in. I think. That's close. Still a little bit short. But the way that I always look at True Sim is like, just give yourself as many birdie looks as possible and then try and get the putter going. Because I think that's all you really can do. Is just put yourself into scoring looks. Didn't include the week before last. Reads were good for that week, but also the approach was keeping me in the 10 to 14. Yeah. Like moving from being consistently in 10 to 14 to consistently in like 5 to 10. Like that's a huge difference. It's an absolutely huge difference. Alright, we're not gonna lose 14 here, right? It's gonna be close. I think we gotta go just a little bit off. Yeah, like when you can consistently put yourself to here, like you're not gonna make every one of these putts, but like if you just consistently are looking at it from this close, like your odds of scoring just go way up. Okay, that's a good start. We've obviously gotta carry this through. We gotta carry this through for the weekend. Obviously, but that's a good way to start it. That's a very, very good way to start it. Finally got the Eagles going a little bit on round 2, but missed out on the that par 3 took a stroke away from us. So yeah, we take a two-stroke lead going into the weekend. But yeah, tomorrow's the day that matters. What's going on, Steve? Tips on getting used to the angled Evo swing rather than the straight one like Pro-Am? So some of it's going to be some experimentation on your part, Steve. The thing that I preach the most is try and have the same setup, right? Same way that you sit and face your screen, and same grip every time. The experimenting part is try left stick, try right stick, try fade bias, try draw bias. Find what you can do the most consistently. So the first parts are going to take away variables, right? Then from there, it's focus on feel versus real. I'm just trying to feel a certain thing. Like once I know that my grip and my like everything else is the same, right? My grip and my posture, I've set up everything the same, try and reduce variability. From there, it's trying to get the same feel on my thumb. So I have found the feel that works, but don't think in terms of like my swing is left to right or my swing is right to left. Like swing. Like take your grip and swing and see like kind of what your natural tendency to do is and what feels the most comfortable. And then it's repetition and like adjusting by like, okay, my backswing needs to feel more left or my follow through needs to feel more right. My swing is technically left to right. I feel like I'm like left to left or like kind of inside to left. Sometimes I have to adjust. You know, I have to adjust that feel, but like that's the way that I approach it. Also, can we just talk about how disgusting this is? We went from an 11.9 foot proximity to a 10.7 foot proximity. We are through 2 rounds, averaging 11.3 feet to the hole, and we have missed 1 green. And I almost made that putt. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I need to get another hobby, which is why we're going to be trying to play other games in addition to golf when the end of the season comes around. So it's pinned in the chats. It's also pinned in the suggestions tab in Discord. Go vote if you haven't already. We're voting between Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Lies of P, and the 2018 God of War 2 start. Yeah, get in on that. But yeah, that's just kind of disgusting. That's just kind of disgusting. We were not as hot on the medium putts. We missed a couple. But the number of putts, pretty good. 23 in round 2 and 22 in round 1. I guess you would technically say they're the same because if we found the green in regulation, we putted from off the green, counts as a chip. But yeah, that's kind of some sick, nasty stuff. Sick, nasty stuff. 100% on the scramble. 91.43% birdie conversion. Ew. Yeah, of course we went eagle bogey, so it was effectively like going birdie par. But yeah, that par 3, 81% is a heck of a putt percentage to have to try and hit. That is not a simple percentage by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I'm just hoping we can keep it up on the weekend, Abe. You could have more putts than that IRL for 9 holes? Yes. Same. And I'm probably throwing in a good number of chips too. Certainly didn't on the weekend. I really don't want to look at the leaders. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna try and back away. I don't want to see what the final numbers are. I don't think I have to worry about it too much because like Scud, who's usually my benchmark, is like well behind after 2 rounds. So I think the people that I'm racing to the finish line here are not in through 4 rounds yet, so I don't quite have to worry about it. But I don't want to worry about a number. Like I'm gonna take that 32 or whatever and try and double it up, right? Like we're gonna try and do. Realistically, we're not gonna shoot 64 under for the tournament, but if we can get to mid to high 50s, that's a good chance. Played Australia's number 8 course last Friday, and the Sandveld course is spectacular. I'm jealous, man. I have not. You'll put up a minus 60 plus to make it hard for me. I mean, I like when there's the competition. I don't want it to just be the like, oh well, he wins True Sim because there's 30 people that play it and. You know, none of the top dogs were playing it. Like, I'd rather be able to say that, like, you know, we went up against strong, you know, formidable competition and won. You know, it's more fun like that. This is definitely more fun like that. Yeah, I have not played much. I need to try and start here in the fall, getting out a little bit more as the weather cools and stuff. I've been getting out to the range, messing with things at the range. So I don't know if I was too upright. I don't know if now I'm too bent over, but I'm trying a little bit more bend. I think my biggest problem. So we're gonna just talk IRL golf here for a second. I'm not really gonna be able to demonstrate anything, but. I think my biggest problem is when I get in my turn and I'm like trying to trying to bring my arms up, I think I get here. I think as I turn, I also kind of pull my arms back to the right. And so I end up with either chunky because I bring it down too much, or I don't get it forward enough and so we get thin or toppy. And then I'm the ball, I'm behind, so by the time I actually turn to it, I'm going more right to left. So I don't know. I struggle actually getting like vertical enough with turn, like proper turn, as opposed to like faking myself out with turn from this motion. I need full upper body turn, and I don't know, my brain, it's like I'm trying to turn back, and so I pull everything back here, but it's like as I'm getting to here, I'm kind of going like this as opposed to like properly turning the body. So I gotta figure out something with that. It probably is something to trick my brain a little bit. But that's like a big issue for me with my ball striking consistency. So like I don't make good contact. I don't have good compression. My distances are crap. You know, I'm 30 and fairly athletic, and if I'm lucky, I'm carrying the driver 240. Like, I know that I'm doing so much wrong, and I'm losing probably so much lag and all the different things. You know, I see people, it's like these smooth swings, whatever, it's like pitching wedge, 125, 130 something. I'm like, my pitching wedge is like probably 110. If I'm lucky, 115 to 120, but you can't measure your distances on the good ones. I also know that I'm playing with clubs that are very old, and so that doesn't help me, but I also know that I can still get more distance out of them by like actually swinging properly. Because how old, I know I've looked it up before. Tommy Armour 845S Silver Scott release. When did these things come out? A55s came out in 1995. So when did the A45Ss come out? Yeah, I mean, that's the club. I hate how I have to go through a whole freaking article. I just want to know. $1987? So they're almost 40-year-old clubs. So like that's not helping me. I imagine that I'm losing a fair amount of distance just purely on the fact that I am hitting cavity back clubs that are 35 plus years old. I guess 40 from launch. I don't know when these ones were actually bought, so we'll go 35 years old. But they're older than me. They're older than me, so like I know that it can be better. But it's also like the commitment to buy new clubs, especially like knowing that kiddo coming in the spring. So like next golf season, I don't know how much is happening. So in a little bit of a funky spot. We'll get through it, I'm sure. Same in league and iRacing. Winning is so much better when better guys show up each week. Still feels good against like yeah. It's like it's the win, but it's kind of the same thing as like when people, you know, the alt plat event, and it's like, which I've never won that either, so like it's not like I'm good enough. But same concept, or like you just winning anything that is like not just like we're playing a game with like these couple of people, like when it's an open bigger thing and the top people aren't there. I mean, I guess like a PGA Tour win is still a PGA Tour win, right? Like if you're talking in the pros. But it probably feels a little bit better when you're beating Scotty and Rory and, you know, all those guys. You know, even if it's not a major. These days they're expensive. Yeah, they are. I mean, fortunately, so I do have a little bit with my work. They have like a fitness reimbursement thing, and they reimburse on sport equipment purchases up to like $300. I have to spend $600 to get the $300, so like I can get a little bit back. So like I do want to go new and get that, but I'm still having to shell out, for new irons. I'm probably going like $1,000 even with the rebate or the refund, whatever. Hey, what's going on, Nash? So yeah, it's like I can still get new for a little bit cheap, but I also don't know what to get, and that's like the other part. Like I probably want to go to like a fitting day, but I don't know what ones I should be even like trying to get fit for. I know so little about it. Like I know the big brands, but like I don't know what's best for me and my swing. Like I probably should get lessons again. Sometimes I'm stubborn and I'm like, no, I can fix it. And then it's like you have a little bit that goes well, and then the next time you don't, and that it's like I'm so back and forth and so inconsistent. It's like even when I am consistent, I'm like way shorter than I know I like could potentially be. So I'm a head case when it comes to golf. I have commitment issues. At least I don't have commitment issues with my wife and family. Free fittings if you buy through them. Yeah, that's nice. And like when I got my clubs, I got them secondhand. I got them from Second Swing, but I went to their showroom and there was a free fitting if you bought clubs. I didn't have any clubs, so that was like easy. Now is like the extra bit on top of that, but it is what it is. We'll see. I just need to like get out and actually force myself to play a bit more. I like go to the range, but I like don't force myself to go out and play. I need to just get out on the course and work things out there a bit, I think is probably the smarter thing to do. There's like a local course that's like very close to me that they're private from Memorial to Labor Day, but after Labor Day, like I can go and walk 9 holes for I think less than $20. I might start picking that up as like a after work on a Friday type of thing, or dip out early and like get a quick cheap 9 in. Because I just need I need the actual on the course experience. It's nice that I can go to a grass range, but that's only gonna take me so far. All right, I'm done rambling. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna go say hi to BJ. He's playing some golf with Jack. Go and go say hello to him and hang out a little bit if you dare. Yeah, appreciate y'all being here. And we'll go try and set a nice number in TrueSim tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.